Oh, it's very important. Calypso tent's a very integral part of crossover. Now, remember, everything changes over time. When I was a young entertainer, first got into entertainment in my teenage years, calypso tents were really jumping. But then they didn't have as many forms of entertainment as you have now. You have a lot of platforms of entertainment, you have a lot of things for diversion that you can look at and go other places. But the calypso tents would and always will be, as far as I'm concerned, a place where you go to hear the calypsonian tell you what is going on. And that's how it started. That's why it's still called a tent. You know, it's how in the building, because we only had tents, you know, back in the days. We were mainly laborers. And at the end of the day, you had this tent which you would come into and put your tools down and everything. And somebody would say what happened in the field that day, or what the man did, or what happened, or who gave horn. And that became the calypsonian. So as far as I'm concerned, for historical purposes, you need the tent, you need the calypsonian to tell stories in the tent. Also, there are a lot of songs that you might not hear on the radio, or even see on YouTube, that would be in the tent. And if you don't go to the tent, you would never hear them. You would never get a touch of what that person's expression is. So it's very important that the tent goes. In recent times, you need to watch it because tent culture seems to be fading a little bit. Remember one time we had over a couple of teens, 13 or 14 tents. Now it's whittled down to maybe 4 or 5. We need to watch that because calypsonian in a calypso tent is a very important storyteller. I think it decreased because you can't keep doing the same thing the same way all the time. It started one way and it has to develop. And that's why sometimes I have a problem with people not wanting things to develop, wanting to keep things the same way. But you can't keep a calypso tent the same way as you used to before. I would like to think that Mad Entertainment and Bacchanal type extension, we have taken the tent culture and the production of it and the presentation of it and taken it to another level. And that's, I believe, in my eyes, that's where it should be. Gone to a couple tents and it's still the same format. MC comes, introduces a song, blah, blah, blah. You need events in the tent. And as time changes, you need to change with it. And if you don't change with it, if you keep doing the same thing, you will get the same results. So you have to change with it. Put some of those songs like what I just alluded to that you might not hear on YouTube, put them up on social media now instead of waiting for people to come in the tent. Maybe that would encourage people to see it on social media and then in turn come to the tent. Try different things, try new things. So I believe that the unwillingness to try different things and develop the production and presentation of the calypso tents has affected them, and now we see a decline. But it could be countered. You could turn it around.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm going to tell you something my father told me years ago. Your friends are actually your family that you get to choose. And fortunately, I chose well, and they chose well. And yeah, mine is still going on. It's our 34th year, and it's a dream come true in certain ways because Mad started as just friends doing something that we like to do from school. Then we realized, you know what, it's viable. We realized it has a business aspect to it. We decided to make it grow and everything. And the truth is very, very, not like I said, it's a dream come true. Because I mean, we sat down as youngsters, teenagers, and spoke about what we were gonna do and how we were gonna push it and what our dreams were for Mad Entertainment and how one of these days we would tour and travel and people would be running behind the van and all that came to pass. You know, so I mean, not many people could do that. Not many people have done that, and we've done that. I mean, like I said, you choose your family with your friends. You know, maybe one or two you don't choose too good, but at the same time, apart from a couple blemishes in the whole Mad journey, it's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful time. I would not exchange my brothers, Keith Brown, Eric Lewis, Alfred Seeley. You know, I would not, by extension, my daughter is now Glamour Girl Sue. Can't exchange that for the world, man. Very. I remember one of my mentors, Michael Francis, he told me, it's show business. You got a show, and you got a business. So you don't ever separate them. It's show business. You do your show, make sure the business side is tapped out before the show. I mean, he was talking simply about getting paid, but I took that with me throughout my career. All right, make sure the business side is done before you do your show. Because if you're doing this as a living, it's just like if you have a normal job. And when people aren't paid on their normal job, I see union and things come around and picket, and everybody's coming with signs, and people's get on bad for 2 or 3 weeks. So it's the same thing in entertainment. Sometimes entertainers want to do everything themselves, and sometimes entertainers don't do enough for themselves. Right, so there's 2 sides of that coin. Sometimes the entertainer wants to be the manager, the producer, the singer, the writer, everything. And that burns you out. Because you need somebody to let you free up your mind. As a creative person, you need to free up your mind so you can be more creative and actually give a better show, do better things without other things on your mind. The other side of that is sometimes an artist might give a manager all the responsibility for managing their career, and then they're not sure where their money is going. So you have to balance it really well. That's a very good question. I think in the early days, competition added to the festival because everybody likes to see, you know, who's gonna win. Everybody has their favorite or whatever like that. And I have no problem with that. Developing the interest and the culture of crop over, because remember, crop over wasn't exactly our culture. It's like in other countries, that's what they did since 18-something. Crop over, we did that because there was a lull in our tourist influx, right? So we had to do something to get the society into it and all that sort of thing. That's where it helped. The competition helped get people into the tents at the time and get people up. The competitions at the stadium had big competitions and everything. You might realize it's waning and waxing a little bit more now because society has grown. And when society grows and changes, you have to grow and change with it. At this point in time, if I were in charge, I would get rid of the competition. Because if you look at it, okay, let's look at it from just a straight on point of view, an artistic point of view. If you had a painting by Picasso, you had a painting by Rembrandt, how could you bring in 12 judges and tell them which one is better, and to tell you which one is better? Because it's Rembrandt's expression. It's Picasso's expression. There's 2 different people who did these things. So I mean, it's unfair if you look at one painting, say it's better than the other one, when really and truly there's 2 different people in 2 different places who have different expressions. So that's what's going on with the songs. When you tell artists, when you tell people, okay, this is the criteria. 35 for lyrics, 35 for melody, presentation is 5, and then you got some other points. It means that you are pigeonholing them into writing for the judges. The expression they would have come with outside of that criteria, they're gonna cut that off. They're gonna trim that fat or the meat from around there because they wanna win. And they wanna be in the competition. And you can't be in the competition and the judges come and say, your song fits the criteria. So instead of having criteria, my idea for the whole thing is you should go around to the calypso forums, maybe the tents, and you should look for the best social commentary and hold a show with the best social commentary. That way, if the Mighty Cane Trash don't win, then boy don't mind. Because the Mighty Cane Trash was in no competition. He just happened to have one of the best social commentaries and he was invited to sing it at Kensington Oval. The same thing with the Sweet Soca, the same thing with the party music. If you do that, I believe at this point in time, our crowds have grown and developed enough to know that's what I want to see. I'm going to go anyhow, whether someone wins or not. See what I'm saying? for example, a big example of this is everybody in the world knows that Bob Marley is the king of reggae and Michael Jackson is the king of pop. They entered the competition. All they did is produce a body of good work consistently. And that's how they got those titles. And in Barbados now, you get king if you go into competition and fit that criteria and the judges like it and all sorts of things. So out of 300,000 people, you got these 8 people that if they don't like it, there's a problem. And it's shown in the fact that Gabby brought a song called Calypso on the night of the finals and the judges didn't like it. A week after, when the judges look back on that song, they must have said, whoa, that's a really good song. That's one of the most prolific calypsos I've ever heard. But on the night, since I was judging and it come to me on the night, it means that now we understand why Mr. Hardy can't die, which sounds like a nursery rhyme next to that song. So I mean, let's face it. I even bounced up on somebody the other day and I said, hey listen, why don't you sing that song that you sing in the second half in the first half? I sing that one that got people jumping up in the second half. And they told me, well, you know what, if you ever get to the finals, the judge's brain is a little more tired in the second half. So we're dealing with people who go through listeners' fatigue also. You see what I'm saying? So unless you can get one set of judges to judge the first half with a fresh brain, then get another set of judges to judge the second half with another set of fresh brains, it don't make sense to me, because the truth is, I stand up there at the finals and everything, so, and after the first half, my brain starts to get tired too, you know? Especially gets I eat, and I come up with a little ethnic fatigue. Let me tell you, you start getting a little, you know, you hear everything he say, or something. So the judges are people too. All right, I believe that you could obviously start phasing out the competition and just bring in the shows, all right? And they need to, if you're gonna keep the competitions, you really need to be revised. In this year, 2017, the Bashment King gets $50,000. The Bickety Crop Monarch gets 20. All right, now I'm telling you, if the powers that be were to put the Bickety Crop prize at 50 or $75,000, you would see some embashment men over there talking about should die, die, all sorts of things. Because that's what it is. We live in a capitalist society. And so money rules. So the more money you put for a competition, the more people will gravitate towards that. Now, do you realize how many people are gravitating towards the bashment side of things? Yeah. There we go. There's money there. All right, so maybe we need to concentrate on some money and leave out the competition and pay people some good money for being on the shows, get the same crowds or more, because some people don't like competition. Some people don't like to know they can go up to Bushy Park and red plastic bag and win. So if the body win or the body lose, we have a win-win situation on our hands. So that's my idea. And that's what Bacchanal Time is all about. Bacchanal Time and the best of Cropova. Just putting on a show with the best. All right, this year you're gonna see a social commentary section, you're gonna see a party section, a countercultural section, you're gonna see a bashment section at Bacchanal Time, you're gonna see a comedy section, you're gonna see everything, all of it. But in a competition though, and let me tell you, anybody can tell you, when you come Bacchanal Time, people are kind of more freer because it's out of that constraint. I think if you're a better show, they're able to do more things now. You ain't got 7 minutes on stage, you ain't got 5 minutes to deal with, and you're looking at your clock, you ain't got a manager there telling you time up. None so. So you give a better show. I'm gonna give you 3. First one is, one time we were performing and the stage broke in half. Yeah. The stage, well, I don't think it was built properly, right? And we were singing, I think we were singing Jeanette. I mean, I remember that. I remember looking at the stage after they finished and saying, wow, come to body again. This show went on. Come on, yeah, man, we backed on the stage. You cannot tell anybody, man, backed on the stage. Another memorable thing is we were doing a song called Paddle Bass. and we called in our wives to do background vocals on that. You can Google it, Google that song, and all them sweet background vocals from the women. Yeah, those are our wives. And in more recent times, my daughter Shanna, she got she auditioned to be Glamour Girl Sue and got through. But and then when she got through, because I mean, there's no favoritism in mind, you know, then Kadir in our entertainment. Kadir, she's your daughter, so she got to do it now. So we auditioned people, and Shanna came through and she did it. She nailed Glamour Girl Sue. When she finished, the directors and managers look at one and we nodded, and she says, I know, because I've been practicing this since I was 7. And then last year, for the 50th anniversary, when they invited us to the Grand Independence show, our daughters joined us again for that one. All right, so Eric's daughter, I don't think she made it, but Keith Brown's daughter Hannah and my daughter Shanna, they were both there on stage with us doing the Mad Revival song. And that song was recorded when they were just babies. So it was a good thing for us to have them come back into the fold, do that with us for the 50th anniversary in front of a massive crowd, like an Independence crowd, and for a historical event like the 50th anniversary of Independence, the Golden Jubilee. That was really important. So those 3 things stand out, but there are a lot of other times I can tell you about, girl, I tell you, you know, I can tell you about it, but I've got locked up. Yeah, but Matt has had some wonderful times. Matt has had some wonderful times, and we'd like to thank our fans, our fan base, and the people who love us as lovable lunatics. I'd like to thank them a lot for being there over the years. And they come up to us, you know, they all got different songs, you know. You see that song last Saturday night? That's Mother's song. You see Jeanette? You ain't sing nothing since Jeanette. You know what I mean? You see Bang Don't Touch Your Toes? Have that. You see Look at the Food? That's his song, you know, so it depends. Every Mad fan has their own little favorite thing going on. I would like to thank them for giving us the opportunity to entertain them over the years, make them laugh, sometimes make them cry. All right, and we'd like to invite them out to Bacchanal Time for 2017, August 2nd and 3rd at Lloyd Erskine Sanford Center. It's gonna be wild. Hi, this is KB Kleen. We're Gine On.